Ultimately, the government has the authority to change the tariffs that are determined by NEPRA and to declare what will actually be recovered from the various categories of consumers. So what we see happening is that there are different kinds of generation capacities installed. There's the hydro capacity, there's the the various kinds of thermal fuel-based capacities. You've got some wind and alternative energy capacity now. So all of that goes into a pool, into a common pool. It passes through the national grid, the NTDC, the transmission and distribution company takes this electricity, passes it through, gives it to the various distribution companies, the Lahore Electric Supply Company, the Multan, Peshawar, Quetta, and so on. Only one of which is in the private sector, the K Electric. All other distribution companies are owned and controlled by the government. So that is the lay of the land. And what happens is that at the distribution end, you have line losses of varying intensity. So for instance, LESCO and FESCO are among the best in terms of low line losses. The line losses are perhaps around 5%, 6%. And the industrial consumers connected to the LESCO, FESCO grid with their own localized distribution networks, in fact, suffer minimal losses. So the electricity being supplied to an industrial unit goes from the grid to the industrial unit with almost no loss. But when you factor in the electricity which is being supplied to households, which is being supplied to shops, there are line losses of varying magnitude. So you have something like 30% nearly line loss when you look at Quetta or Hyderabad or Sakhar, for instance. So these are all distribution companies which are linked as part of a common system. And at the end of the day, all of their costs go into the determination of the electricity tariff that is determined by NEPRA and ultimately by the federal government. Because across the country, each category of consumer is charged the same tariff. So households in Karachi, households in Lahore, households in Peshawar will all be charged the same tariff regardless of the line losses in their particular areas. Similarly, industrial consumers will be charged the same tariff depending on category wherever they are.